G'day everybody, it is Panasius with a special episode of Runescape Weekly. Today we have a very special guest, Mod Infinity from Jagex, here to talk about Customer Service Week coming up, or Customer Support Week I should say, coming up in October. So welcome aboard, Mod Infinity.
Hello, thanks for having me.
No worries at all. So before we get into the Customer Support Week, can you just tell us a little, I know you're a Customer Service Manager for Jagex, but can you explain a little bit what that is about and how long you've been with the company?
Yeah, sure. So firstly, really excited to be on this podcast. I'm looking forward to talking about Customer Support Week. I've been with Jagex just coming up to 3 years now. So it'll be 3 years on, I think, the 21st of October or something like that. Working customer support. I'm the Runescape Customer Support Manager. Before that, used to work in community management, which was a lot of fun. And I guess my role, essentially looking after customer support for Runescape. I work with a really fantastic team. Work alongside Mod Steve W, who's one of our other customer support managers, and Mod Mix, who's kind of our senior operation manager. We work together alongside Mod Kelvin and the team is about 33 strong. And we'll do everything from respond to your account appeals. So if you're trying to get access into your account, if you've got a payment issue, a technical support issue, looking after the safety of our customers as well. So obviously RuneScape, it's an online game, it's 24/7. And so we've got a dedicated community safety team. And there's a whole load of other things going on as well. It would take a whole podcast to talk about that kind of stuff. But as a very broad thing, we're there to look after the players, make sure they're having a good time.
Oh, that's very good, and that's it. I mean, it is 24/7. Obviously, with players worldwide, you've got to have people there, sort of all the time, ready to do these things. And even from what we've seen, the responses that we get are very quick and at odd times of the day. So it is often an unloved job that you guys do out there, but it is a very important one. It is much appreciated by the players, I'm sure. The sort of more the silent majority who really do appreciate it, rather than those vocal minority who, when they don't have something go their way, that you sort of hear more from.
Yeah, that's right. I think, we definitely value feedback, and where we go wrong, we'll look to put things right quickly. I think for us, we've got it's average about 9 out of 10 customers who talk to us kind of rate our services satisfied, so that they're happy with the service they've got. And you're absolutely right when you say that. People who are happy with the service, they don't really go onto the forums or social media to shout about how good it was. But if a customer isn't really happy with what they've got in a response, or we won't unban their account, then they're the ones who are more likely to shout about it on Reddit and social. And it's fine. We appreciate that, and we'll look to respond to them and try and, if we've actually done something wrong, then we'll sort it out. But if it is just a customer trying to try it on with us, then we'll happily call them out on that as well.
Yes, and there's some of my favourite Reddit posts, but we may get you on another time to speak about that stuff if you're allowed to. Obviously, I know you don't have a lot of time left today, so we do want to sort of mainly concentrate on the Customer Service Week coming up. Now, when does it actually start?
Yeah, so it's Monday the 3rd of October is when it launches, and it lasts until Sunday the 9th of October.
Okay, and what's involved in it, obviously for the players, but also for your staff there?
Yeah, so, if I just give a bit of background, so it's the 3rd year we've done Customer Support Week. So, we started a few years ago, and each year we always look to be bigger and better. Last year we introduced the customer service theme drop, and that was a lot of fun. You could unlock the knowledgeable title and get a bit of XP along the way. And we held kind of regular daily in-game events and Q&As on Reddit and the forums. And we kind of thought, but this year, okay, how can we go bigger? Can we be more ambitious? And I think we've achieved that this year. So on Monday, when it launches on the 3rd of October, we'll have a whole load of things to do, and there's a whole brand new NPC coming into game who's called Count Check, and he's a little vampire. He's located in Berthorpe, and he's next to the lodestone there, and he's basically going to be the centre for everything to do with Customer Support Week. So he will be able to do an account security check. So his account check, he'll check your account for you, and basically what he'll do is check to see if you've got a bank pin enabled and if you've got the RuneScape authenticator. And if you don't, he'll let you know how you can enable them and what's the kind of easiest way to level up your account security. But if you do have those features enabled, then he'll give you an XP lamp, so he'll reward you for having that account security enabled. For us, this week or Customer Support Week is all about kind of rewarding people who have got a really strong account in terms of their kind of security settings. So, if you've got a bank pin and authenticator, you're going to get the most out of the week. And there's lots of different ways that works. So the second you log in on the 3rd of October, if you've got a bank pin and an authenticator, you're going to get 2 extra keys, and that happens every single day. So you get 1 extra key for having a bank pin, and an extra key as well for having the authenticator enabled. So if you don't have those things enabled, and if you're listening to this podcast, and go get them enabled. So come Monday the 3rd, you're going to have those extra keys waiting for you. However, it's the drop, so it's a new version, new questions, and that launches at 6 o'clock UK time. So that'll be 5 o'clock game time. And that will happen on Twitch. So tune in on Twitch and we'll be launching the drop there. Again, you can get rewards from that. You'll get your title, which is the knowledgeable. And also, if you successfully complete the drop, you're entered into a competition. And that competition, if you win that, you'll get a big goodie bag with all the Runefest stuff in it, which is always nice. We've also got Count Check doing clue scrolls. So that's new for Customer Support Week. So every day during the week, you can speak to Count Check and he'll give you a clue scroll. And the clue scroll will mainly be featured around account security. I'm not sure if are you a big clue scroll fan?
I love my clue scrolls.
Okay, good. Then you'll like this one. So there's so he'll give you one every day. If you miss a day, don't worry, you can go back and get another. And they're kind of in the hard difficulty, so some pretty good rewards out there. But it's not the same as a normal clue scroll. So if you complete it, you'll get 2 caskets instead of 1. But there is a bit of a difference. So 1 casket everyone can open just like normal, and the other casket's a bit of a different color, a bit of magic behind it, and you can only open that casket if you've got a bank pin and an authenticator enabled.
Very nice. So that is really getting people sort of concentrating on their security. We talk about that a lot. MageBit, who is the host of RuneScape Weekly, normally is very big on that, and we always sort of talk about not only authenticator but 2-step authentication
Absolutely.
on your email account as well. Because we see a lot of people saying, I've had authenticator on and I've had bank pins, but I still got hacked, and it's generally they click on a wrong link and they get hacked through their Gmail account as well.
Yeah, that's it. The importance of having that 2-factor authentication on your email is really, really key, as you mentioned, and it's one of the themes and one of the points we mentioned during Customer Support Week. Count Check might even mention it himself. So yeah, we kind of hit it on all different angles here. Lots of different things going in game. We'll, of course, have the Reddit AMAs and forum Q&As. We've got live streams going on and in-game events, and that's all good. But I think the main theme for this Customer Support Week is all about account security. Now, there might be some people out there who maybe have amazing account security and they're not too sure why it's a thing. Like, why do we concentrate so much on it? Why is it that important? And I think most players won't know is over half of our work. So around 60% of all of our kind of incoming volumes here in customer support are related to account security issues. And so it's a huge, huge thing for us in the department and in the community. So we want to make sure that customers are protecting themselves, taking advantage of those free features, so the bank pin authenticator, just having a general awareness. I think, as you guys know, and most people will know, is that account security isn't an issue unique to RuneScape. It's an issue which is just on the internet in general, right? I think people are generally more careless with their information and their security on the internet than they would be in real life. I don't know if you agree with that, but it's something we find, and so we kind of want to do our bit to try and help. And I think Customer Support Week is a great way of doing that. So when it comes on the 3rd, I mean the whole schedule of what's going on in terms of every single day there's something new and exciting happening. So whether it's an in-game event with your favorite JMods, or getting involved with the drop, or doing a daily clue scroll, getting those extra keys. There'll be some social media competitions. If you're on social, the hashtag will be RSCS Week. And I guess for me, it's kind of for you. I guess, like, does it sound good? Like, how excited are you for that kind of stuff?
I mean, these clue scrolls, it got me. I like that idea. Now, are they going to be, when you say it's hard? So, are we going to have your sort of the clues where you need your the, what do they call them? Where you've got to wear this and do a dance, and the emote clues.
Yeah, those should be tied in there. Yeah.
That is so okay. So yeah, no, that's great. And I mean, the drop's always great. Hopefully, I know the last couple of times where you've tried to organise the drop in a big way like that, you have had a bit of issues with so many players coming on. Is that something you sort of looked at and maybe spreading it out, or is it? It's a really
good point actually. And when we launched the drop on Monday, at 6 o'clock, we really want to make sure everyone can get involved.
Yep.
We kind of learned from previous versions where maybe it got a bit too busy and people haven't been able to play properly. So the intention, fingers crossed, it will go to plan, is that we'll be launching the drop across all worlds. So it doesn't matter; you don't have to be on the same world as a J mod or in the same location. It'll be on every single world, so you can kind of spread out across the different worlds available, and everyone who's logged into RuneScape can get involved and play the drop. We'll be live streaming it on a particular world, but it doesn't mean that you have to be in that world to play. So hopefully that will be a kind of a nice change, which means everyone can play it without experiencing too much of a problem.
No, good. No, that is good. Yeah, because I know last time there were a few issues there, and the drop's always a fun game, so that is good. And Count Check, I do like the name there. that works out well. So that is obviously running for a week now. If someone doesn't have Authenticator on and they log in on Monday, they see it, they go and see Count Check, they can then just go and get Authenticator, and then from Tuesday onwards they'll still be able to get their 2 keys.
That's it, yeah. So anytime during the support week, if you level up your account security by getting that Authenticator or the bank pin, whatever it is you need, the very next day you log in, as long as you've got that thing enabled, then you'll benefit from those extra keys.
Yep. Excellent. And the other thing is, I mean, I know there are some people out there who have older phones that they can't do Authenticator on their phone now. You do have on the official RuneScape website a way to do it where you can put it onto a thumb drive, I believe, as well.
Yeah, that's it. So if you don't have a mobile phone or a smartphone, then don't worry. You can set the Authenticator up on a desktop or a laptop. We use something called Authy. What I recommend people to do is just visit our support center. So you go to the RuneScape website and hit support in the top right, and just search setting the Authenticator, and you should see a link to do that on the desktop or on laptop. And what it will do is just kind of go through a step-by-step guide exactly how you do that. So there's really no reason why you can't get one enabled, really. If you don't have a smartphone, don't worry. There's a guide there to help you.
That's it. So so there is no reason for anyone not to have Authenticator on their account for that security. Now we just have a quick question from DXDLB, one of our other co-hosts, who asked about the drop. Is it going to be every hour, or is it just that once on the Monday?
Yeah, good question. So it will be launched at 6 o'clock on the Monday, and then after its launch, it will be every half an hour. So every 30 minutes, the drop will run again all throughout the week. So there should be plenty of opportunity to get in and play it.
Well, there you go. So that is excellent, especially for those over in Australia who are on a slightly different time schedule to the rest of the world. So every 30 minutes, that is excellent. So there's no excuse for anyone. Everyone's going to have the chance to unlock those titles. And 2 free keys, that is very generous. I mean, we've seen before sometimes, you'll throw in a free key. We did it a couple of weeks ago, or I think it was one of the months where we got a whole month of free keys and such. Yeah. So this is basically your way of, I mean, obviously you don't make money out of giving away free keys. So it's just a way of making sure that customers are taking their security sort of seriously. You want them to do this, and it's great that you're doing this as a promotion to say, hey, secure your own account, make sure you're safe, and we'll actually reward you for looking after yourself. So fantastic to see that too.
People should enable the security regardless. Like, you guys know how important it is. Having an authenticator and a bank pin it makes sense. Yeah, it keeps your account secure. And there's 2 reasons behind the keys and everything else we're doing. So one of them is to reward people who do have a secure account. So we want to kind of say thank you and well done almost to those guys who've got the Authenticator and bank pin, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for players to take advantage of those features and get them enabled. So as a way of, for us to say thank you to those people, it's giving them those extra keys and extra opportunities during the week. And on the flip side, it's the people who, it's never going to happen to me, or do I really need a bank pin, or do I really need an authenticator? And then we're saying that you do, and look, we'll tell you why, and that kind of stuff. But if that isn't enough, then hey, have some free keys on on us if you enable it. So hopefully, we're going to see an increase of people enabling the authenticator and bank pin. Like, you guys and your listeners would really appreciate it if you can get on Twitter, get in your clan chats and your friends chats, and just get people involved and direct them to Count Check. That'd be really helpful.
Yep, no, definitely. Definitely. So, I think we're sort of reaching towards the end of our time with you. I know you've got a very busy day, and with this launching on Monday, it's probably going to be a big day for you. And looking forward to Monday. So, I'd like to thank you very much for coming on. Is there anything else you'd like to sort of add or talk about in the next few minutes before we wrap it all up?
Thanks for having me, I guess. I mean, one thing I did forget to mention is that so we've got that competition. If you complete the drop, you'll get the goodie bag. We've also got another competition running, and it's quite a simple one to enter. Anyone can enter, really. It's if you have a bank pin enabled anytime during customer support week. At the end of that week, so week starting the 10th, we'll pick a winner, and they'll win a year's worth of free membership. So it's another incentive there. Just get the bank pin. It's so easy to set up. It takes literally seconds, and you'll be entered into that competition to win a year's worth of membership. So that's something I'd add there. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the time and the opportunity to talk about Customer Support Week. Normally and quite traditionally, it's quite an old and boring thing. Customer support, what's that about? But we're trying to make it a bit more fun. We're trying to add a Jagex spin to it, and hopefully, your listeners will get engaged and enjoy it. Thanks again.
No, definitely. And 1 year free membership, that is absolutely awesome. That is a great one to have there as well. So good luck to everyone out there. Hopefully one of our listeners gets it. And if you do, send it to Mod Infinity and say, hey, thanks. I listened to the podcast. You're telling me about it and I won. So there you go. So again, I'd like to say a big thank you for coming on. I know, sort of it is a work day for you, and obviously you're busy there and trying to do your role and then made time to come on here and chat to us. So a big thank you very much. And to all our listeners, get behind it. Make sure you have Authenticator. Make sure you have your bank PIN. Get the 2-step authentication going, because it will make these mods' lives a little bit easier if you don't get hacked by having all your security enabled.
Can I do the annoying thing and do a Steve Jobs and say there's one more thing?
For sure, go for it. You can keep going as long as you like.
So just if it's members content, so it's everyone can play. So free to play players, they all benefit from the keys. They can do the clue scrolls as well. They can talk to count check. They can get involved in the drop. So whether you're member or free, it's there for you. And if you're an old school player, actually, so you have got the Runescape kind of edition of count check and the drop. Now, obviously, old school doesn't have keys. So we couldn't introduce that into old school, obviously. It's not a thing there. But old school will have it. We'll have count check, and old school players can talk to count check. He will check your account security for you. He'll give you that advice. And also he'll give you some kind of tips and hints as well on how to keep your account secure. And then finally, something we've done is you guys, I'm sure, will remember the stronghold of security. So it's been there for years and years and years. And you get your little colourful rainbow boots and your gold coins. It's great for new players. So we've taken this as an opportunity to revamp and refresh the questions there. So whilst the content's the same, so the monsters and the floors are the same, we've updated the questions. So that's both in old school and main game. So if you want that kind of nostalgic kick, or you're a new player listening, then visit the Stronghold of Security, try and answer the questions correctly. Whilst if you've done it before, you won't get another reward. It'll be quite fun to go through it again, I think. But yeah, those are the last little things I wanted to mention. Mm-hmm. I think I've kind of ticked off my list now.
Yeah, no, that's definite. And yeah, head down to that Stronghold. I mean, it's something we probably all did early in our RuneScape careers, and once you sort of get up to max, you probably don't visit those places again. So it's probably good just to head down there, have a look around, and just remember those old things as well that you used to do when you played for fun and not for min-maxing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, on that note, I'd like to say a big thank you to Mod Infinity. Thank you to all our listeners who have come out to hear us live. And thank you to everyone who will be downloading this and watching it on YouTube in the next couple of days. Get out there, get that security going, get your 2 free keys. And big thank you to Mod Infinity and to Jagex.
Thank you.
Happy RuneScaping all.
Join us now on MageBit.tv or any major podcast aggregator and support us at patreon.com/RuneScape.